comes with a sword, and I'm not really sure why, because in the movie, he doesn't use a sword. What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching About Last Night. This is just a web series where we're talking about Transformers Last Night after watching Transformers Last Night. This is episode number 1, and you heard right. This is a brand new web series where we do full-on spoiler chat for Transformers Last Night. The web series continues after the road to TF5. We ended at episode number 197, and I read all these comments expressing all their appreciation for this journey. It was nearly a 3-year journey to Transformers Last Night. Now it has finally come, and now I gotta tell you that it doesn't end there. It continues on because we got a lot to talk about, and one of those things that we got to talk about is the movie after watching the movie. So you guys know that this chat, or rather this web series, is going to be full of spoilers. We're going to talk about topics that I want to discuss, and then we're also going to talk about topics that you want to discuss, because you're going to be sending in questions, and then you're going to be tweeting with the hashtag About Last Night. Make sure, of course, you spell last night with a K on the night instead of, I'd like to talk about last night, not about the night before. I'm talking about last night, Transformers Last Night. So send in those questions, tweet them to me, and then you see this jar, this glass jar? It's going to be filled with your questions. I'm going to be printing out all your questions, cutting them out into strips, and then they're going to go right here, and then we're going to randomly pick out questions. So I need your help to fill this jar full of questions, and we're going to answer them on camera. All right. For this episode, there's really not a whole lot to talk about except for giving out shoutouts. It's just going to be a combination of shoutouts, and we're going to talk a little bit about the new Cogman toy, and there you have it. So first of all, I just want to give a big shout out to Dade0, because he tweeted at me and says, I think the problem for this movie for me was the trailers. After watching the film, I can say trailer 3 and 4 showed way too much. And I'm not even talking about TV spots. This film had so much hype because the trailers showed most of the best parts. My opinion of film would be so different if I only saw trailer 1 and 2. What do you think? Trailers ruined most of the hype for me. What about you? Well, the trailers, they did two things. For a lot of people that were not aware of this film, they just helped market the film, but they pushed a lot of the marketing, and that was really just to get the word out to hype up this film, especially for a lot of people that I guess weren't that invested into this franchise. So they really wanted to spend a lot of time and money marketing this film because they want to make sure that this film makes a lot of money. Unfortunately, it backfired because there's a lot of fans that are really invested into this franchise, like me and like you, like me and you, and a lot of other fans who would have preferred not to see a lot of those trailers and TV spots. That's why I put out the hashtag #NoTF5 TV spot challenge out there, because I want you to have the best experience possible watching this film. So I didn't watch a whole lot of trailers and TV spots, just like a lot of you guys didn't, but still, a lot of the trailers and TV spots that we've already seen actually still spoiled the film. And that is because they put out a lot of everything into a lot of the marketing. And I'm talking about a lot of the earlier marketing too. To be completely honest, I think I would have been okay with trailer 1 and 3. I didn't say 2, mainly because 2 was just a weird trailer, and if anything, it didn't help market the movie, okay? So I think trailer 1 was good because it got us through the door, and trailer 3 was good because it elaborated on everything else that was in the room we just entered when we walked through the door. So trailer 1 and 3 was good enough for me. Beyond that, I really didn't want to see much more because, just like I said in my spoiler review, one of the things that I mentioned hurt the film was marketing overkill. So you're absolutely right about that. Marketing was just too much, and it was up to the point where it killed the hype for this film. So that's unfortunate. So moving on, I want to talk about this leaked image of Cogman from Weibo.com, the Chinese social media website, and here it is in a boxed as a boxed product. And first thing I noticed, what's really great about this product is actually the paint job. I love the paint job on him. Gold highlights and all those lines that were painted in black. That's really cool. Comes with a sword, and I'm not really sure why, because in the movie he doesn't use a sword, which is unfortunate because I thought that Cogman was actually gonna fight. He doesn't actually do any real fighting except for the introduction where he was like beating up Cade, but that's really about it. Now here's the actual toy itself outside of the box, and my feelings still stand about this figure outside of the box. It looks great. In fact, it's one of the better looking toys from Transformers Last Night, and it has to do with a lot of the detail and the paint job on it. Look at its torso. Look at all that extra detail and the highlights, and look at the face. The head sculpt is great, and the face painting is even better. So I love it. Now here's the vehicle mode, and he is a headmaster, and that is why it comes with this little headmaster guy right here. Now, I wonder if you can really put him inside so that he's driving the car just like he does in the movie. But for the most part, it's a good-looking alt mode. It's got a great-looking robot mode. And then, of course, there's more value added with the headmaster feature. It's also something that is completely inaccurate in the film because even though they say he's a headmaster, he really doesn't do anything to show that he's a headmaster. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Kind of your typical Michael Bay name slapping. But anyways, moving on, let's talk about the music of Transformers Last Night. And the score for Transformers Last Night, composed by Steve Jablonsky, is out. It's out on iTunes. I downloaded it. Great value. For $9.99, you get 2 hours and 10 minutes worth of music in 34 tracks. Great value there. I highly recommend that everybody goes out and get it because it's a very, very extensive album, which got like 34 tracks, and there's some pretty good music in there. Now, as for my feelings about the music, I like it. It's good, but it's nowhere near as strong as, for example, the first Transformers score from Steve Jablonsky. He nailed it with that. That one is excellent. One of my favorite scores of all time. Age of Extinction also has a really, really good score. It stands out quite well, actually. As for the score for Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, they're alright. They definitely have their moments, but I think I might put Transformers Last Night in the middle. It's great. I mean, it's good, but not great. It definitely has a lot of distinct tracks, but I have just a number of favorite tracks, and the rest of the tracks are really kind of just variations of tracks that we've already heard. So anyways, that's out, and I think it's totally worth it. Go get it. Moving on, I want to give a big shout out to Jason Lim from Malaysia because he was at the Transformers toy exhibition in, what's this mall called? This is called Amanjaya Mall in Malaysia, and he shared with me a number of photos, and I'm gonna share them with you. First of all, this is a Transformers toy exhibition, so obviously a lot of toys are going to be displayed there and it also has cardboard cutouts of Squeaks and Optimus Prime, Steelbane, I believe that's Steelbane, and the Bumblebee from World War II. And look at all these toys. These are just like a really random collection of toys where you have the smallest ones in the front and the larger ones at the back. And look at this. They even have the Metroplex in the back there. Make sure you do not touch. Thank you very much. Now here's a collection of Hot Rods and Bumblebees. Hot Rod on the left, and on the right, Bumblebee of so many different variations. There's so many different kinds. And here's a random collection of the rest of the different characters. I see a lot of movie toys here. In fact, I think they're almost all movie toys. Yeah, a lot of movie toys there. Very distinguishable. A lot of masterpieces on this section. And this is really, really a great collection here. And of course, they have a full table just for Optimus Primes, including that massive one. I forgot what it's called, but I actually own that one in the back. And what we have here is this looks like some customs or a lot of police cars. A lot of police cars here. What else we got? Another shot of what we've already seen. Oh, okay. In this shot here, we have more of more Optimus Prime and Megatron in the movie format, and 3A figures, which look really, really great. They're towering over the other ones, and this is the logo for the SP Toys exhibition. So very, very cool. So thank you so much, Jason, for sharing that with me. Asia gets all the best events. I'm serious. Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Tokyo. Like they get all the best. Even the Philippines, they get all the best exhibitions and shows and all of these displays, because it's just huge out there. But we never get really any of that. Even the toy launches are amazing. Anyways, big shout out for those following the Kneel Before Optimus movement: Cameron Rogers, Christopher Martin, CJ Stills 4, Dave Armstrong, It's Yoshi, Kristen Anderson, Lover Buns, Mark Creation Studios, Michael Davis, Richard Vega, Stephanie and Michael Krenz, and your kids, and The Life of Orion. And also big artist shout out to Yasu El Fresco for making this this crosshairs out of paper. This is just paper and paint, and he made crosshairs, and it's super detailed, and you are super talented. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. This is amazing. This is really an amazing piece of art. And also, once again, thank you everybody for the submissions for the Thank You Michael Bay video. I'm receiving a lot of them. Make sure you get your submissions in. I know a lot of people have not seen Transformers Last Night. This is a great opportunity for you to contribute. If you don't already know, I made a Thank You Michael Bay video for Transformers Dark of the Moon and Age of Extinction, and I'm gonna do that same thing for Transformers Last Night. Film yourself before you go to the theater, and film yourself coming out of the theater, and give thanks to whoever you want to give thanks to, and also mention some of the things that you liked about the movie without getting into spoilers, and send it to me, ragination@gmail.com, as an unlisted YouTube video. And there you have it. It is a collaboration between myself, the Ragin Nation, and also the Alfonso Nation. Alfonso from the Alfonso Nation. We're working on it together, and I appreciate everybody for all your submissions. Thank you so much. Anyways, like I said before, brand new web series. Tweet at me using the hashtag #AboutLastNight. So make sure you spell night with a K, not just with an N. This is About Last Night. Send me your questions, and your questions, I will do my best to answer your questions. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of questions, but I'd love to answer it and continue this web series, because there's a lot to talk about, considering that this is only the first week of its release. And there you have it. Stay tuned for episode 2. It's coming up pretty soon. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to keep on watching more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on the Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. My name is Alexi. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Just your typical, like, bam, 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 bam. Typical driving. And just standard background